on this computer. Perfect. Okay. I am now recording. Okay, so let me share my screen here. All right, so I am going to pull up Beachbody On Demand. So first and foremost, this is where you are going to find your resources. So Beachbody On Demand, this is how you're going to access your workouts. This is the only way you're going to be able to access the workouts. There are no DVDs. So I'm going to go into 80-Day Obsession. And it is going to give me the option to look at the program materials. All right, so here is program materials. Also, I wanted to share with you guys. So here is some good videos. I encourage you guys to make sure that you're watching these videos. And then also this weekly obsession. So every Sunday night, they're going to be posting a new video. It's about 15 minutes long, but it kind of tells you like what to expect from the week, prepares you, gets you excited. It's fun. I know Jennifer she had watched it and she said it's kind of like a reality show because you guys, we're going to spend the next 3 months with these people. We're going to get close with them and we're going to get close with each other. So let's have some fun with it. So that's a kind of a fun way to kick off the week. So there is one in there now. Like I said, and every Sunday these will come up. So these are for days 1 through 7. It'll give you some sneak peeks into the workouts and just some tips and tricks for that week. So I'm going to go up to program materials. And this is going to give me, so first and foremost, here is the 80-Day Obsession Starter Guide. They all have a PDF. So I'm just going to click on this PDF. This is where you obviously need to start. This is the starter guide. So this is going to walk you through how to calculate your calories. It's going to allow you to track your measurements. So here is, here you're able to track your measurements. Obviously, you guys, this is so incredibly important to make sure that you're doing a before picture and that to make sure that you're tracking not just your weight, but your measurements. One of the biggest things they saw with this test group was that a lot of people maybe didn't see the scale move a ton, but the inches just like were gone. So make sure that you're using all 3 benchmarks to monitor your progress. So the scale, your inches, and your before pictures. All right, guys? So that can be tracked there. Then on this page, you're going to be able to calculate your target. So we're going to get into this. I think Erin is going to talk a little bit more about like which bracket you're going to fall into and how to, because some people are on the cusp of, do I go to B? Do I go to C? I'm scared to eat an A. I'm scared this is too much food. So she's going to talk a little bit about that. But this is how you're going to get your base calculation, all right? So you're just going to take your current weight times 11, add that number plus 600, gives you your maintenance calories. If you're trying to lose weight, calorie deficit, you're going to subtract that number, and that's going to give you your calorie target. But we're going to talk a little bit more about that in just a minute, so hang tight with me there. Each phase we're going to calculate. So each phase is essentially a month. So month 1, we're going to calculate. When we get ready to go into month 2 and month 3, we're going to recalculate. So if you would lose weight in that first month, obviously this number is going to change, but also you see that these numbers change. So your calorie deficit changes as well because of the intensity of the program progressing. All right, so then based on that number that you get from up there, you're going to fall into a plan. Plan A, B, C, D, E, and F, all right? So this then calculates into the number of containers you're going to get a day. So we're not counting calories, we're not counting macros. That's been done for us, you guys. The science has been done for us. Now all we have to do is count colors. She has made this so incredibly easy for us. So I personally am going to eat in Plan C. So here's the thing, guys. Do not be scared to eat with this program. I'm going to eat in Plan C. So that puts me, as I come down, here, this talks just about like the different workouts, those kind of things. Is it going to show, or do I have to go to, I think I might have to go to the food plan. Okay. So this is just going to give a little bit more information on like the workouts and making sure you watch those starter videos, those kind of things. So keep in mind, okay, so I'm going to eat in Plan C. So now I'm going to show you another document that is going to break down what does Plan C mean. So I'm going to go back to my program materials. And then here we have, okay, so eating plan A, if you fall into A, here's what you're gonna click, and you're gonna print this off, you guys. I want you guys printing these documents off. If you fall into plan B, here you go. It's gonna lay out, each plan has their specific document. So I'm gonna click on plan C, just for reference, because that's where I'm gonna be eating. And I'm gonna show you guys what this then encompasses. So here we go, eating plan C. So this is gonna break down everything I need to know about my specific calorie bracket that I fall into, all right? So table of contents, and then down here. So this is gonna tell you, like, my green container is my vegetables, my purple is fruits. So if you've done 21-day fix, none of this is changing. None of the containers are changing. They're all staying the same food groups, all right? None of that will change. Here, it's gonna break out how many containers I get each day for my bracket. So this is gonna be different. A is gonna have a different quantity than B and C. Each calorie bracket has their own quantity of numbers. So what this essentially means is I get 5 greens. So my green container, I get to fill that 5 times throughout the day. My purple, I get to fill it 3, etc. So this breaks down how many containers I'm gonna get. Then I'm gonna use that information then to build my meal plan. All right, so we're gonna keep going here. So here then breaks down your timed nutrition meal plan, all right? This is where so many questions are coming in, and this is where we're gonna dive into pretty deep, okay, guys? So this is gonna break out. So once again, this is gonna be different for every calorie bracket, because these meals down here could possibly change for each meal bracket, all right? But I will tell you this right now. The one thing you're not gonna see change is basically this workout block. That is gonna be pretty much the same for every calorie bracket until you start getting into, I think, E and F. You may see a few slight modifications in those higher ones, but for the most part, the workout block is gonna be the same. And we're gonna talk about, like, can you move these containers around? Those kind of things. But I just want you guys to know where you can get these documents, and then we're gonna dive in a little bit deeper into some of the actual questions regarding the timed nutrition. So this is, I just want you guys to print this off. Like I said, we're gonna dive into this a little bit more as we get into the tracker sheets and things. And each, days are gonna be different. So this lays this out for you guys. So here gives you, like, this is an example of a meal plan. Your rest day is gonna be a little bit different than your workout day. And then down here, this is refeed. Don't worry about refeed days right now, guys. Refeed days aren't gonna happen until week 6. So as we get closer to then, we'll talk about refeed days. So don't worry about those right now and wrapping your head around that. But what I love on each of these brackets and each of these workbooks, it's gonna give you, like, if I'm gonna work out in the morning, what should my day look like? So it breaks out that workout block and where your other meals can fit in, all right? Same for, it's gonna also give you, this is peak week. Once again, that's gonna come at the end, so don't worry about that right now, guys. But down here, here's some tracker sheets. We're gonna touch base on that in a minute. It gives you some more workout block examples. So if I'm gonna work out first thing in the morning, here's a template of what I can kind of work off of. And gives me kind of just a frame of reference, at least, for, if I'm waking up at 5:30 and I'm pushing play at 6, here's how I can break that day out. If I'm gonna work out midday, here's an option. If I'm going to work out in the evening, here's a way that you can set your plan up. And some days may be different. You guys, some days I may work out in the morning, some days I may work out mid-afternoon. So it's nice to be able to familiarize yourself with these different examples, because days can change. I mean, a lot can happen in 90 days, and every day is not going to be the same, that you may have to move your workout schedule around a little. So make sure you're just understanding that. So we're going to walk you through that. Just don't worry, guys. We got your back. And then this is also, here they give you an option if you're not using the performance line. So if you're not using Energize and you're not using Recover, what does your meal plan look like without that? Because in the other plans, it is a pretty big component of that pre and post workout. So this gives you the options if you're not using those supplements. Let's see here. Is there any other, the other material I wanted to cover was, so there is vegan. So if you're vegan and you need to eat off of a vegan eating plan, that's going to be completely different. But there are options for that as well. I wanted to find the food list here. Here we go. Okay. Here's the workout calendar. If you order the packet, that's going to be in your packet with you. It's going to give you the exact workout times. So, you know, some days are going to be 48 minutes. Some days are going to be 35, 53. But this workout calendar will give you the exact minute of that workout. The tracker sheets. There's tracker sheets in here. So I personally believe tracking your weights is really important because that's going to help you progress and see how you're growing. And so I'm a big component of the tracker sheet. So this is for phase 1, which is essentially month 1. And it's your workout. It takes your workout, but you're able to write what weight you use, what resistance bands you use, so you progress. So if like in week 1, you're using 8s, but by week 3, I'm feeling strong. You can push. You're like, you know what? I've been using 8s. I'm going to go to 10. But it helps you remember what you've been using week to week. Same with bands. If you're like, you know what? I did yellow last week, but you might make a note in here, like next week, move to green. So use these spaces to fill in your weights, what color band you're using, and then notes. Like, was that too heavy? Was that too light? Do I need to double loop? But use these tracker sheets to help you guys with that. And then here, so there's tracker sheets for phase 1, month 2, and month 3, because the workouts are going to change month to month. Actually, every day the workouts are going to change because they were filmed live. So you will never see the exact same workout throughout this entire program. Here's peak week. So those are all your tracker sheets. I must be missing the meal. Where is that? B, C, D, E. There's an approved food list and I'm not finding it. There we go, food list. So this is the food list. So these are the foods that we're able to eat in 80-Day Obsession. There is no sugar in this plan. Don't let that completely freak you out. There is no alcohol in this plan. Do not let that freak you out. We're going to get through this. But here is the foods that are approved. You guys, there are still so many foods that are approved for this program. So this is just going to break it out by container. So if you are new to the container, you're really going to want to familiarize yourself with this document. But it's essentially going to show you, what is a green, what is a yellow, what's a red, what are the different foods that I can eat. Also, they are ranked in a hierarchy system. So those foods at the top they're better choices probably. But does that mean, like, when you're looking at your yellows, your carbohydrates, that you should only have sweet potatoes? No, absolutely not. Like, if you want oatmeal, if you want pasta, if you want a piece of bread, have it, you guys. If it's on this list, eat it. And be totally comfortable with that. The last thing we want you guys to feel is feel deprived. So get familiar with this. If you've done 21-Day Fix before, this really is no different. The only thing is, like, there's no treats with this, because in 21-Day Fix, you could have treats like approved muffins and those kind of things. As we get into refeed day over here, some of those things are going to be allowed on that refeed day. So it's not going to be a cheat day, but it's going to be a day to kind of be like, okay, like, I can have a burger. I can have, some white rice. So that will all happen in refeed day. So just stay focused with me for 6 weeks, guys. Okay, so that is kind of what I wanted to cover. One other thing I wanted to show you guys. I'm going to stop sharing this for a minute. Okay, so I am a very type A person, okay? Anyone who knows me knows that. But you do have to get organized with this program. You have to find a way to track that is going to work for you. And by tracking, I mean essentially your day-to-day nutrition. You have to have a game plan going into your days. And maybe you don't plan a week in advance. Maybe you just plan day by day, but that's fine. But you need to know going into your day what you're going to be eating, because otherwise you're going to be caught out running errands and you're not going to be planned. It's going to be dinner time and you're like, I don't know what I'm having. What containers am I supposed to be eating? So you're going to have to plan. So here is what I've done. I have created a binder and I printed off that starter guide. I printed off my bracket C nutrition guide. And then I also printed off some of these tracker sheets. So I'm going to show you some of the tracker sheets that I created that I'm going to use, that I will share with the group. And Kylie also created a really nice one too. So let me bring this up. These will be shared with you, but ultimately, you need to find a way to track that's going to work for you. So I'll pull up bracket C, since that's what I'm going to be eating off of. And let me share, let me share my screen here again. Okay, so bracket C. So I made like a mid-morning game plan, a morning, like an early morning, like getting up at 4:30 a.m. plan, and then my rest day plan. So let me just show you. So midday, that's going to be kind of ideally my time that I'm going to work out. And so here's what I've done. And I have one of these for every bracket for everyone, for a morning workout time and a mid-afternoon. So if you're going to do an evening, we can kind of tweak that for you. I have the Word document, super easy to do. But here's what I'm going to do. So I printed off like 30 of these, and I have them in my notebook. And so this can stay in my kitchen. My tracker sheets are in here, so I can take this down with me to my workout area, and I can keep track of my, my tracker sheets when I'm working out. So this is going to be my Bible for the next 90 days. But what this is going to allow me to do is, so I have this, and I open it up in the morning or the night before, probably is the best way to actually do it. And I say, okay, start with your workout time and then kind of work around there. And that's how I built this, is I build it from my workout time and then calculate it in. But if you look, like, so breakfast, I know that I need to eat these containers. And so I write in what's going to be my green, what's going to be my red, what's going to be my red, what's going to be my purple. Same with my snacks. So I know, like, if I'm going to go out, these are the things I need to pack. So this is the way I'm going to track. But you have to find a tracking system that fits for you. Like, my brain may work different than your brain. Here is one. Let me show you this one that Kylie created. She took the information that was in the actual packets, and she just put 3 per page. And so she just essentially put, okay, here's my pre-workout meal. I know I need a green, a red, and a yellow. I'm going to fill in the blanks. She can put her time that she's going to do it right here. So find what's going to work for you guys. All right, that would be my advice there. So I'm going to turn it over to Kylie. She's going to touch base on it, kind of digging into planning, kind of working from that that workout block, and then, determining your day from there. So I'm going to turn it over to her, and then we will go to Erin. So, all right, here we go. And Erin, I could not agree more. I'm so excited to see so many people on here. And please, you guys, there's chat open. So if you have questions, put them in there, and we will make sure we address them. Okay, Kylie, you are set. Go for it. I'm going to mute myself.
Okay. This, I did the same thing. I printed everything off and made my own little binder. I went to Target today and, of course, hit the dollar spot, and they have the cutest little binders here. So I printed things off. I did want to show you the calendar that they have online on BOD is a little bit more detailed, so you know exactly what equipment you need for each day, which is kind of nice. And it even tells you, like, you have 2 sets with 15 reps and exactly the time on it. So I printed that off so I know exactly what I'm heading into the next day and what equipment I can have ready. So just another little tip. Okay, let me find my thing here. Okay, so Jessica went over a lot of getting your starter guide printed off, figuring out which plan you need to be in, and Erin will give more information about that if you have questions about that. And starting out with your workout time. So they give you lots of options in that eating plan, like Jessica showed you. And if those don't work for you, the best thing to do is start with that workout time. What time is your best time to work out? And that may be different. I'm kind of figuring out on days, maybe I have a sub job that I will work out early in the morning. If I'm home, I may try to work out later in the afternoon. It kind of just depends day by day. So I'm going to have both trackers ready to go. And that's going to be like a week by week decision. So start with that workout time, and then you have the times that you need to add in there. And it's all laid out in that plan. Let me see here. So you can look, that workout block is the one thing that cannot change. So make sure that you have your pre-workout meal, and that's an hour to an hour and a half before your workout. If you don't have that much time, then that can be shortened down to, you can eat a breakfast or your pre-workout meal, put your dishes in the sink and walk downstairs and work out. So you have to do what works for you, and we can work with you if you need help with that. But they have it laid out really well in there. And then add things in there. As far as the food, especially these first couple of weeks, we're just gonna keep it really simple. Don't try to make any gourmet meals. It's gonna be just filling in those containers. So print off that food guide that Jessica showed you. And I'm gonna go through and highlight the things that are like my favorites, or the things that I eat that I like, just so I can see it at a glance. Like, I need a green, so here's my things that I can pick from. And just keep it really simple. Think about what's easy. If you need greens, throwing spinach into your Shakeology is a great way to get a green in. You can, coconut oil for your teaspoons is another great way to get in those teaspoons. The orange container, fill it with olives or pine nuts or sunflower seeds. That's what I did today to get my orange in. So just kind of knowing what's in each of those containers. And you're going to be looking at this a lot in the beginning. As time goes on, you'll start to just know what fits in each container and when you'll need it. Another hint is, and especially in these first few weeks, is to keep it simple and kind of repetitive. So maybe you want to plan it out and do the same thing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then the same thing Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So you're not having to find 6 different plans every day, and then you can just have it done. So that's an idea to keep it simple. Let's see here. Plan. I mean, I guess you can't overplan here. And that's going to really help us go through. You're going to feel overwhelmed this first week with everything. Just trust the process, plan it out, be prepared. You may want to prep like on a Sunday and get lots done on Sunday and be ready for the week. Some people like to cook the night before for the next day and just have it ready for the next day. I like to use our leftover dinners for lunch the next day. So that's a great way just to move it. But I guess you just got to make sure you fit your containers at that time. Getting coolers to pack with you. If you're leaving, if you have to go somewhere, grab a cooler and take your meals. And we've also heard, you know, take extras, take your next meal just in case you get out and something happens and you get caught up or you have somewhere else to go and it's time to eat. Have it with you so that you can stay on track. And another great idea was putting your Shakeology, making it in the morning and putting it in a Yeti cup. It stays cold and then you can have it when you need it. So that was a great idea to utilize, you know, something that will keep it really cold. Make it in your blender in the morning and then you can have it on the go when you need it. Kind of the performance things, that Shakeology is really important. It's going to give you the energy and the superfoods that you need, those nutrients. Energize, something to get you going, especially if you're working out early in the morning. I know Erin, it's her jump on to get going after she wakes up. And then the recover right after your workout is another thing, kind of known as like another sweet treat. Kind of to help with those temptations, but it also replaces the glycogen in your muscles. So it's a really, something I think we're going to be needing in the next 80 days. And like Jessica said, those temptations happen when we're not prepared. So I guess the biggest thing is make sure you're prepared, look over those food lists, plan out on a Sunday or Saturday, whatever you can do. I kind of go shopping Monday and try to get stuff done for the week. And put alarms in your phone. I saw someone that when you can add the comments on your alarms, and they had like the heart emojis for the colors that they needed at that time. So When my alarm came on at this time, I knew exactly what containers I needed at that time. So it was kind of a cool way to remind yourself what you need. So those are just some tips and hints. I think that's all I have.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Kaylee. All right, so I'm going to go over some questions that we've been having. Specifically, if you are an early workout person, I'm going to go over how to know which meal plan you're going to want to use. I'm going to go over some life situations that might come up while we're doing 80-day obsession, and also about the alcohol and the sweets and some tips that you can use to get over that. So we're breathing, and I know this is a lot. Like, I am feeling like every emotion because this is new for all of us. Like, we've never done this program either, and so we have the same feelings of excitement and nervousness that you guys are all feeling. So we're going to work through this together, and if we can't answer one of your questions, we're in Autumn's coach test group, and so we can ask her and find out the answers for you guys. And we'll be popping in the group and sharing, you know, little tidbits that Autumn has as we go. So that's so exciting that you guys are, you know, you're the guinea pigs along with us. So it's super exciting. So for those of you that work out early in the morning, raise your hand. Does anybody work out early in the morning, or they're planning on doing it? Okay, we have quite a few people. So the big thing that we're getting from people is that, how am I supposed to get up that much earlier to get in that pre-workout meal? Like, so if you work out at 5 a.m., that might mean you have to work out or get up at 3:30 to eat that pre-workout meal. And some people are just like, no, I'm not going to do that. So one of the things that Autumn said is, like, everybody's body is different. And Autumn shared that she's the type of person that can eat a meal, put her dishes in the sink, go down and do her workout, and she'd be fine. If I did that, I would barf. Like, I just, especially if I was doing cardio, like, my stomach cannot handle that. So everybody's different. So if you're the type of person that you can eat and then go down and work out right away, then, you know, just do it if that's what works for you. That pre-workout meal, there is an option that they have given us that you can use meal number 1, which is a red container, a purple container, and a teaspoon. You can use that in place of that pre-workout meal if you want to, and this is where your Shakeology would be perfect because it's not that heavy. It absorbs really quickly. It's, you know, quick to make, or just, you know, shake up and then you can eat like your fruit with it. But that would be a perfect substitute if you're not wanting to get up an extra hour to get in that pre-workout meal. So, but the other thing is don't skip that, because I will tell you that I personally, I used to work out fasted, and I would, you know, sleep all night. I get up in the morning. I did Insanity Max 30 without eating anything beforehand. And I don't think I got the best, you know, workouts because I didn't have that fuel and that energy that my body needed. So since we've come out with a little Obsessed, and I've been doing the time nutrition with that just to practice, I can't believe how much more energy I have during my workouts. I was telling Jessica this morning that in the AAA workout today, there's those push-ups. I was rocking through those push-ups because I had my Energize, and I had some veggie egg cups that I had made, and I felt like my muscles were fueled. I was just more awake and ready to go. So I actually would love to go back and do Insanity Max 30 again with a pre-workout meal and see if my max out times are better, because I have that, you know, endurance to keep going longer. So she really encourages you that, you know, just, you have to do what's best for you, but your body needs that fuel to get going, because these are going to be longer workouts than we've been used to, an hour long. So you are definitely going to need that extra fuel to get going. And I know it's different. And so that's kind of why I started practicing, because I just wanted to get my body used to getting up and going. And I know some people said they're worried about, you know, waking up the house or whatever. So, you know, you could do some overnight oats, you know, just some Greek yogurt with some berries, that would work too. But something to fuel your body is very important. So then some people might be on the other end of the spectrum. They might be working out late at night. Like maybe that's just what works best for you. So the thing about that is then, you know, you might be eating your post-workout meal like at 10 o'clock at night. But she says it's so important to have that, because after your workout, your muscles need that fuel to recover and rebuild your muscles overnight, so you can, you know, get the best results for this program. So she, you know, shares with us that you may have to do something different and get out of your comfort zone. If you want to see change, you're maybe going to have to change up your schedule or your day, so that way you can get the best results with this program. And she talks about how that workout block, like those have to stay together, those meals, no matter what time of day that you're working out. You need to keep those meals in that order, and they're highlighted in orange on that page that Jessica showed us. But the other thing she said is you cannot move containers between the meals. So for example, I can't like decide, oh, I'm gonna just pull a blue container out of meal number 2 and I'm just gonna add it with meal number 3 for my dinner. You can't do that. The reason it's written is because your body processes food best at different times during the day. And so she wants you to keep those containers together. You can maybe switch up. If you don't want meal number 3 for dinner, like maybe you'd rather have meal number 1 for dinner, you can do that. You can move those around, but you have to keep those containers together. If you're gonna mix them up, it's more like what 21 Day Fix is. And so this is just different. This is 80 Day Obsession, and it's just a new plan. Yes, it's gonna take some getting used to, but I personally am excited because I was always one of those people that have like random leftover containers at the end of the day with 21 Day Fix, and you won't with this. Like you're gonna know exactly what you need to eat for every single meal. Okay, so let's go over weight loss versus maintenance. So when Jessica showed you that formula that you'll figure out, there's 2 different ways you can figure it out. If you are someone that needs to lose maybe 10 pounds or less, or maybe you're someone that just wants to maintain your weight, we are encouraging you to figure out your calories based on the maintenance plan. So you won't subtract the extra 600 calories. If you are somebody who wants to lose more than 10 pounds, you have 20, 40 pounds to lose, we want you to calculate your calories in the weight loss plan, okay? We don't want you to feel deprived on this program. You are going to be working harder with these workouts, and they're much intense, so you're going to need to fuel your body. And we don't want you to be afraid of food, because the extra food you're eating is all clean. It's all clean food. And so I personally, and Jess can attest to this, I've been so afraid of moving up in my food bracket. And I actually, when I first did it, I came out and I did the weight loss, and because I just kind of, had some extra fun this summer, and I was like, I just need to shred some extra fluff. So I went in the weight loss, and I came out in A. But I personally know, I've tried to do a 21 Day Fix for a while. I feel deprived, and when I feel deprived is when the cravings hit and I give in and I start going for the snacks and the cookies and stuff like that. And I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to eat my kids' arms because I'm so hungry. So I figured it out again, and I'm going to start off in B. And then for phase 2 and 3, you recalculate your calories once you get there. And you may actually move to a different bracket, based on maybe you want to go in maintenance mode then. So it's really important that it's kind of an individual, whatever you feel like your body, is best for you. But personally for us, we aren't going to be afraid of food with this program. The test group results, Autumn eats in bracket C. A lot of the test group ate in C or B. There was one person that ate in bracket A. So, try it, for a couple weeks and see how your body feels. And if you are feeling hungry and you're getting headaches, and you're irritable, then maybe you need to bump up and, eat more calories in the next bracket. And we're happy to help you, talk through that. But don't be afraid, to eat more food. Let's see. let's see where else. Okay. Life situations. So things are going to come up. You're going to be invited to go to parties and to restaurants, and it's life, and we want to have fun. But this is not 21 Day Fix, so we don't have those treats built in. So it's going to take self-discipline, and you can make it work. You totally can. You can make this work knowing ahead of time. If you're going to a restaurant for dinner, look and see, okay, what containers do I get for meal 3, and just go into that restaurant, maybe pull up a menu before you go and decide what you're going to order before you get there. Today I ate lunch at a Mexican restaurant, and they brought me my platter, and it had stuff that I didn't know was coming in it. Like I had refried beans and some rice. And so I just decided, like, I'm not going to eat that. And I kind of like pushed it away from my tacos, and I was like, I'm not going to eat those. So it's just making those choices and just staying committed to this plan, and just, planning ahead of time, and just knowing this is what it's going to be, and just, making those choices so you can stay on track. Okay, the no alcohol. This is going to be a huge test for me because I love my wine and I love my beer on the weekend. But I was thinking about it, like I have 2 kids, so I went 9 months with each of them without having alcohol. I nursed both my kids, and I did not have alcohol while I was nursing my kids. So I've done it before. I've done the Ultimate Reset, and that was 21 days without alcohol. So I was like, you know what? I can do this for 90 days. Yes, we have Valentine's Day, so I won't have wine on Valentine's Day. My husband's birthday over this, program, and so I won't be having a beer with him. But there's things I can do. For example, some of the test group participants said they liked seltzer water or soda water with like some fresh squeezed lime and some mint leaves to make like a mock mojito. LaCroix if you want something bubbly, and we can kind of share ideas as we go. But I know it's hard when you're in those social situations, but you know what? This is what you've committed to, and it's only 3 months. Like, we can do this, guys. Okay, and the other thing I wanted to talk about was just any cravings that you're having, specifically sweets. I know somebody had a question about the evening time, like especially after dinner. If you are, craving some sweets, like what are some things you can do? So one of the things, we do have a supplement, and it's called Vanilla Recharge, and it is casein protein, and it's actually meant to be had right before you go to bed, and it's a great protein to help your muscles rebuild overnight. So it's meant to be drinking overnight. So it's if you've ever had the vegan vanilla Shakeology, it kind of tastes like that. So that's an idea if you want to, invest in a tub to have at home, so you have that available if you need it, if you're having those late night sweet cravings. One of the test group participants said she drank green tea at night. That's totally fine to drink tea on this program. She said having that cup of green tea after dinner like killed her sweet cravings. Someone else mentioned coffee. You can definitely have coffee on this program. Just stay away from any sweeteners or additives like creamer. Just try to drink it black as you can. If you're having like a chocolate craving, maybe have some chocolate Shakeology on hand. As you go on this program, and I've done the Ultimate Reset before, and it reminds me of that in a little way, that we're cutting out all the sugar and the alcohol. It's amazing how your taste buds are going to change over time. Like, I remember on the Ultimate Reset, like my fruit tasted like candy. Like, it was so sweet, and I really truly like began to enjoy the flavor of like natural food, because you're not eating things that come from a box on this program. And so your body is going to adjust. I will tell you, the first couple weeks are probably going to be very hard. Like when I did the Ultimate Reset, the first week I had incredible headaches because I was going through that sugar withdrawal. So just know that, like, use us. Like, if you are feeling those feelings, like, check in with the group and we'll help carry you through, because a lot of us have been through that before. And just know that over time, like, those cravings will go away as your body adjusts. So just, give it time. We're going to survive. We're going to do this together. And as you've been seeing the test group results, it will be worth it in the end, okay? So no excuses. We can do it. And I think that's all I have, Jess. I see there's a bunch of chat questions coming in.
Yes. Okay. And that was Great job, you guys. So as you guys were kind of chatting, I was writing down the questions so I can start to address them. So if you guys have more questions, I'm going to go through what has been asked, but just keep feeding them in there and we'll make sure that we get everything asked or answered. And if I don't, just unmute yourself and come on and say, hey, you forgot me. So anyway, first and foremost, so the question was asked, you know, like some people were working out twice a day. Should you keep doing that? No. This program is meant because this one workout is going to tax you. Do not add on another workout. You know, unless maybe it's like, it actually gets nice out and you go for a walk or something with your family, but don't do an extra workout. Okay. Also, do not break these workouts up. So maybe you're like, you know what, I only have 30 minutes this morning, so I'm going to do 30 minutes now and then 30 minutes later. No, you need to find a time when you can do the entire workout together. Otherwise, you're not following the program, all right? So, you know, Autumn is a real big stickler in our test group. She's like, you guys, this is a test group. This isn't a challenge group. You sign up to follow the book. So, follow the book. So, one workout a day. Also, protein bars. Someone asked about that. No, that is essentially considered like a treat. So if you're following 21 Day Fix, yeah, you could have a protein bar in that program. But in 80 Day Obsession, protein bars, no, because we're eating just like whole, clean food. So there are no protein bars that are allowed. So let's see here. Also, make sure, okay, so this has been interesting. So like we had mentioned, so we're in this test group with Autumn. And you guys would not believe these. I mean, it's all coaches, but coaches are like fighting this program and like fighting this process. And she's like, damn it, you're in the test group. If you don't want to be here, get out. But the thing is, like, we didn't write the program. And she wrote the program for a reason. And she wrote it the way she wrote it for the most effective results. So you can do the program the way you think it should be or the way that works best for you because possibly you're not able to go outside of your comfort zone. And this is a little tough love, guys. Or you can change your mindset and say, you know what, actually, I could make that work. And so I'm going to. And, you know, some people are like, I just can't fit that orange container anywhere. So I'm just going to forget it. Don't forget it. Slam some sunflower seeds when you're supposed to eat the big orange container and move on with your day. So just remember, you're not the expert. She's the expert. The science has been done. You guys, people pay thousands and thousands of dollars to go to, let's say they go to Lifetime Fitness, to have someone give you 80 different workouts and a nutrition plan that tells you exactly what food to eat when. I mean, this is a thousands and thousands of dollars value program. So do not dismiss that. Also, like Erin said, if you go to a restaurant, you know, just plan ahead and be like, you know what, for this meal, I have a red, a green, and a yellow. And if they bring you something on your plate, if you go and you order tacos and there is cheese on that side of that plate, you push that food away. You tell the waitress to take it away because so it's not tempting you. And you just eat what's planned for that meal. You guys, it's not hard. It's discipline is what it comes down to. It comes down to discipline and your choice. Let's see here. Okay, so someone asked, well, I fall into group A and I'm worried about that. All right, so here's what I would say. If you do fall into bracket A, let's go through that first week. Let's see how you're feeling. And like Erin said, if you're fatigued, if you're totally grouchy, if your husband and your kids want to kill you, we're moving you up a bracket. Because this program is not meant to make you feel miserable. Because this program is meant to make you feel good. And so don't be scared of eating food. But if you fall in A and you're, you know, in weight loss and you're like, that's where it puts me dead center, I'm in A. All right, let's start with A. And if we have to go up to B, we have to go up to B. But when we make that decision for you, don't be terrified. So just trust us. I know it's so hard and we're in this mindset. We have been since the 80s of 1,200 calories. So it's recharging and rechanging our mindset. Let's see here. No, one workout a day, no bars. Someone said I'm doing my shake for my pre-workout because I get nauseous if I eat anything else or if I eat too heavy. That's perfect. You guys, that is why she put it there. And so if that's what your body can handle and you can't do that big pre-workout meal with the reds, the green, and the yellow, perfect. Do that Shakeology. It will digest soon. and you can go about. The other thing too, you guys, I mean, if you are drinking your shake, like if you're like, even if you have an hour and a half beforehand, you're like, I still need to drink my shake because I just can't, like I will throw up if I don't. You will be surprised, like 60 to 90 minutes. So I've been doing Time Nutrition the last like 2 weeks since we got the workout block. And I'm amazed, like if I push that 90 minutes, like the fuel is kind of out of my body. Like I could tell today I pushed to that 90-minute mark. I really need to keep my pre-workout probably closer to like 60 minutes, 45 to 60 minutes, because I could tell my metabolism. So as we get going, you'll kind of determine like, you know what, like I totally could work out at 45 minutes. And so if you work out a little early, that's totally fine. Don't be hung up on that 60 to 90 minutes. You have to make the workout plan the way that you need to. Let's see here. Okay, so yes, you can change the workout time. So I'm going to pull something up real quick, guys, because I think that visually seeing this might help. Okay, so I'm going to pull up this. And we're just going to go to this workout time. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Sorry. Close out some of this. All right, where to go? You know what, we can just go from here. Okay, no, actually I don't want to go from here. Sorry. I want to find this and I'm going to find it. I didn't realize I had so much open. There we go. This is what I want. All right, so I'm going to show you guys. So let's say, so here, she has like an example workout block. All right, waking up at 6:30, and then here is, your workout block. If this needs to change to 5, that's totally fine, you guys. You can change these times, these start times anytime. So your pre-workout meal, like she said, ideally 60 to 90 minutes, but if you need to do it sooner, you can do it sooner. Then the pre-workout supplement, 20 to 30 minutes before. This post-workout supplement, so your performance recover and your fruit, she says within 30 minutes. So if you look here, the workout ended at 9:30, and then having that post-workout supplement within 30 minutes. Actually, the test group said they were actually encouraged more like within 10 to 15 minutes. So like you finish that workout, you go upstairs and you make that post-workout supplement. And then this meal can happen anywhere between like an hour and an hour and a half after your workout. So some people, the reason she has that kind of flexibility there is because after you finish this, sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, the last thing I want to do is eat some more. So that's why you have, an hour to an hour and a half to get in that post-workout meal. Then like Erin had said, so as you can see here, this is your meals for the day. So you can't break these containers up, but you don't have to eat them in this order. So if it's time for me to eat again, if I did my workout block, these things have to stay in this order. You cannot move any of this around. These time frames need to be, that hour and a half, 60 minutes. But this, you can be like, you know what? It's time for me to eat again, and I'm just not jiving for meal option 1. I'm going to do meal option 3 right now, and for dinner, it works better for my family right now. We're going to have these containers for dinner. So you can move these meals around. You just can't break the containers out of those meals. So hopefully that makes sense. Let me go back to our questions and see if we have, if anybody had questions about that. Where'd we go? Stop share. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to come back to questions in just a minute. Hold on. Okay. Oh, someone had asked, so for post-workout, what I'm going to do, no matter kind of how I've laid out my days, I've laid out the option of working out early in the morning and working out in the afternoon. So my post-workout meal is always going to be Shakeology. It's going to be my red. I'm going to throw some frozen spinach in it. And if you use frozen spinach, you guys, you honestly cannot taste it. Just take fresh spinach, throw it in Ziploc baggies, and pull out and use it. And it's like crunchy. It's not stringy. It works great. So it's an awesome way to get that spinach in there and not taste it. And then I'm going to, for my yellow, to add that yellow to that post-workout meal, I'm going to add some oats, some just rolled oats. And I'm only going to add, like, I'm going to take my yellow container, but I'm only going to add about fill that about half full, because when you look at your food guide, oatmeal is actually measured cooked. So a full yellow container would be, you would fill it with cooked oatmeal. So obviously it's going to expand. So I'm not going to use a full yellow container, but that's what I'm going to add to my shake. Someone had said cooked quinoa. Perfect. Or, you can have some oatmeal on the side, have your shake and have your oatmeal on the side. But for me, it works really well just to throw all of those in the blender, and I'm either going to use it on our way out the door to school or on my way to pick up my daughter from school. So for me, it's just a great way to get that post-workout meal to be able to go with me and get all 3 of those containers in. Rachel had said she's going to be training for a half marathon during this. We have a separate runners group we can help you get plugged into, and a calendar, because obviously, training for a half marathon is its own beast. But we have a program where you can incorporate 80-day obsession and your running schedule in there as well. Okay, so I'm going to look through here really quick. If anybody has questions, you can pop on, but I'm just going to read through these really quick. Angie said, I hope Plan B works for me. So you guys, seriously, we're just going to reevaluate. And if you are just like, dude, I'm fatigued, I'm tired through these workouts, you're wanting to cave into cravings, then let's reevaluate and move up. It was really interesting. The test group participants were really like, you guys, you're not going to gain weight by going up one bracket. If you're eating whole, clean food, like this program, it works. So we will just, if you are feeling those feelings, we'll reevaluate with you and help you determine what is best for you. Like Christina Delgado's husband, Danny, did it, and he's not a huge guy. Guys obviously just have a different metabolism, but he was eating in bracket F, you guys, F. And he still added containers, and he lost like 15 pounds. So don't be scared to come to us if you're feeling that way, and we will reevaluate where we feel like you guys need to be. I love ketchup on my eggs. Can I have that? No. Sorry, Lisa. Unless you're using a sugar-free version. And then probably I would count it as look at the guide. I don't know. I don't think ketchup is on there anywhere. So I would actually, if you want to be 100% compliant, I would use hot sauce. Use Frank's hot sauce. Let's see here. Should I be moving from B? I'm almost to the top of A. I would. Yep, I definitely would. If you're almost to the top of A, I would move to B. And I would be totally comfortable in doing that. You add a fruit and you add a carb. So adding that extra carb is kind of nice too, because you use 2 of those carbs during that workout block. So having an extra yellow, like if you need to have it with your family or something like that for dinner, is nice. So yeah, if you're right there, go for it. I would go up to B. Let's see here. Oh, Aaron, you addressed ketchup. Sorry. 3. I can eat lunch at 1 at the latest, but not off work till 3. So are you thinking there like for doing like a 3 o'clock workout? Is that what you're thinking? Yeah. Okay. So what I would do is, can you eat your lunch, or can you eat, you could still eat at 1, and then you could do like I would do like, just do a traditional lunch at 12 probably is actually what I would do. And then on your way home, have that pre-workout meal. Or on your way, like just leaving, have something real quick made up where you just eat and you eat it on your way home. And you may not then, like when you get home, you may have only had 40 minutes to digest it, but you'd still have that would be fine. That's probably what I would do, is eat your traditional lunch at 1 and then do your pre-workout meal like at 2:30, 3 o'clock when you're leaving the door. Let's see here. Okay, this is another thing too. Yes, Kylie had mentioned this. Making sure you get that pre-workout, that post-workout meal in. Even if you work out at night, you guys, Autumn wants you eating that post-workout meal. And there is no, you need to be done eating by this time. She said it does not matter. If you work out at 8 o'clock, even if it's 9 o'clock, she wants you having that post-workout meal. So she really, really stressed that. So don't have in your mind I have to be done eating by this time of my day. Nope. She said, absolutely not. Get that myth out of your head. But make sure you finish that, you eat that post-workout meal, even if you're not hungry, guys. Like, eat it because your body needs it. Is it okay to have more than one shake a day? If you're in a total bind, I would not do it every day, but if you're like in a total bind, yeah, but I would not make it an everyday occurrence. Okay, there we go. I think we got everything answered. Any other questions? Okay, so the final thing is I have just some closing things. Okay, so look for on here, I have a personal commitment contract. So these are being mailed out or sent out to each and every one of you guys. It is just simply that. It's a contract that we want you guys to make with yourself. For you to say, I am committing to the next 90 days and I'm going to do this. And I am going to feel so a rock star at the end, not just because I'm going to look great, but because mentally I'm going to accomplish something so amazing. And so we're gonna send those out to you guys with a little note, and just say, hey, this is for you guys. This is for you for the next 90 days. Because we really are here. I said it in my beginning video, you guys. We are starting this race with over 100 people, and I want to end this race with over 100 people. I want every single one of us to cross the finish line. If you're not perfect, it's okay, guys. You don't have to be perfect. Do you, but do what you really want out of this program. Like if you really want maximum results, follow the program to the maximum. All right, guys. And then the final thing is, so we we're part of this bigger group, Diesel Nation, and several of our upline coaches were in the test group. So which is awesome because we have like the guy was messaging Christina who saw amazing results right before this call. And so what we're doing kind of as a team is we want to help our challengers obviously see the greatest success. And so we're trying to create this movement. And so what we've decided upon is that our kind of hashtag and motto for the next 80 days is obsessed to be dressed. And what she wants people to do is she wants you to go into your closet and she wants you to find an article of clothing that you will not throw away. That you're like, I am going to get in that piece of clothing again. Like we all have it, right? Like who doesn't? Erin and I we bought bikinis from Mexico. And it's a bikini that I'm like, oh, Jesus. But I'm like, I'm going to wear that damn thing, right? And so, but she wants you to find, or maybe it's a pair of jeans, like a pair of skinny jeans. Maybe it's a skirt. Maybe it's a dress. Maybe it's even just a blouse that you cannot button. But you're like, God, I love that outfit. And I want to wear that. So she wants that to be your driving force. And if you're comfortable, you can share, snap a picture of that article of clothing and put it in this group and say, this is my article, obsessed to be dressed. If you want to take your picture in it and, watch your progress through the next 90 days. One of the test group participants, and she had 150 pounds to lose. But in some of her pictures, she had these jeans, and I'm not kidding you, there was a gap this far from how it could not be buttoned on day one. Guess what? By day 90, it was buttoned. But for her, and you guys, she only saw like a 5-pound change in the scale. So if she would have been focused on that scale, she would have said, forget this a long time ago. But her measurement was these jeans that she was determined to get back into. And each week, seeing that gap get close, smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, excuse me, she kept going because that was she could see the progress happening because of this one article of clothing. So that's our goal for you guys. Find that one piece of clothing. Maybe it's your wedding dress. Maybe I just had a challenger who put on her wedding ring for the first time in 3 years because she finally has lost enough weight that she's able to wear her wedding ring. Maybe that's your item that you want to be obsessed to, be dressed again. So find that item. If you're comfortable, share it with the group. You don't have to take your picture in it. You can just share the article or share a story about it of why you want to get into this article of clothing again. But you have to bust outside of your comfort zone is truly what this group is and this program is all about. So let's see here. Kylie, Erin, do you guys have anything you guys want to add before we go? Did I miss anything? I don't know if anything else came at the end. Margie, that's a great question. We will take that to Autumn because I know in the test group they had people who were traveling in like a flight attendant. So we'll take that to Autumn, and that's a great question. The nice thing is, I think the answer is going to be yes, because I think she's mentioned, like, since some of the workouts only require bands and sliders, you can make it easy to travel with, but we will get a definite answer for you on that one. All right, Erin, Kylie, anything? You guys good? Okay. All right, guys, so there we have it. Yeah, if you guys need anything, you guys, this group, lean into us, because that is truly what we're here for. We, just like Marta, we don't have all the answers, but we will get them for you. That is our personal commitment to each and every one of you guys. If we don't know the answer, we're going to get it for you. So the biggest thing is just breathe. The next week is going to be a learning process. We're going to post, I'll share a meal plan on Friday. I know that Tracy had created a meal plan last week. So if you have meal plans, like several people are creating their own, share them in this group, you guys, seriously. And that, everybody use the resources, but definitely take the next couple days to plan out, because it's going to take some planning. Play around. Like, I jotted down different options. Like, okay, if I work out at this time, then where does that put my meals? So I just kind of did some playing around with the numbers and kind of determined what was going to work best for me. So take some time the next couple of days and do that. And then over the weekend, definitely we're going to want to prep and have food ready to go, because that's going to be the number one component, is being prepped. So we good? Cool. All right, everyone. Oh, good thinking on the water bottles for the traveling weights. Good idea. All right, guys. Take care. We'll talk to you guys all soon. Bye.